A comfortable majority for Ursula von der Leyen. Do you think that means that it's smooth sailing for her here on out?
Well, at least she backed a good support from this European Parliament, including vis-à-vis her own support, the support she had gathered last July, because she had won only with a 9 votes margin when she was appointed president. So the whole team today has been approved, not her, but her team, and it's much more. It's more than 60%. So at least she has, and we have seen it in the image, the support of the mainstream parties, meaning the Conservatives, the Social Democrats, the Liberal Democrats, some Greens, not all of them, some Eurosceptic from the right side. So it's a good start for her at this level, the European Parliament, to go on trying to implement the quite ambitious program she has presented.
And there was a lot of wheeling and dealing to get to this moment today. Who, in your opinion, are the biggest winners and the biggest losers in this new commission?
Well, if you mention the parties, of course, the EPP, she's from the EPP, has won the election, so the EPP has appointed the president of the commission, but also around 10 members of the college, the SND, Social Democrat, around 9, and then the Liberal Democrat, a bit less, around 4 or 5, so, and then more independent candidates. So you have this very grand coalition, I would say, centrist coalition, but led by the EPP, Social Democrat, with the Liberal Democrat, Renew, in between. If you look more from a diplomatic standpoint, of course, Germany wins because Germany has the president. You have Denmark, vice president, the Netherlands. You have France with a commissioner, which was first rebooked, but now a new one, Thierry Breton. So in terms of portfolio, Italy has a good portfolio. Well, we will forget this because now what is important with such a college is to have a kind of collective approach to deal precisely with the party balances in the European Parliament, but also, and even more importantly, the diplomatic balances in the Council of Ministers. Because today, Mrs. von der Leyen passed the test quite brilliantly, but she will have, on a very daily basis, to convince not only this Parliament, but also the Member States at the Council and the European Council to back her initiatives. And it's going to be much more difficult than backing and securing a vote today.
What do you think the biggest challenges are going to be there?
Well, she has said a geopolitical commission, so geopolitical challenges in terms of collective security. You have mentioned the Sahel tragedy and threats there. She also talked about the Green Deal, climate change, a fight against climate change, which has to be, of course, implemented at the European, if not world level. She mentioned the digital transition, cohesion, growth, many different issues she will try to fix in the continuation of what Mr. Juncker and his team did. I think to her the trademark will really be geopolitics and climate change, meaning Green Deal. And so we will see very soon, because she said in the very first 100 days of her mandate, she will propose new initiatives. So we will know very soon, by February, March, whether she can go on being backed by such a massive support, not only in the European Parliament, but also in the Council of the Member States.
There's another big issue, of course, Brexit at the moment for the EU. What might she bring to the table? What can she bring to the table, perhaps, in regard to that?
Well, first she will wait for the elections results next December. She said I would be a Remainer forever, but I admit there was a democratic choice. So she brought Michel Barnier, in the table, because she reappointed Michel Barnier to lead the negotiation on the future relation. I think she will bring a kind of good temper, trying to maintain very close relation between the continent and the UK, despite the fact that the UK should not be a full member of the European Union any longer.
What are your thoughts on the now almost parity in the European Commission, the fact that we almost have an equal number of men and women? Is that revolutionary, something to be celebrated at the EU?
I think, yeah, it's a good move, I would say. Even in the Parliament now, we reach more than 40% of the MEPs, so it's good. It's progress, historic evolution. She tried to have a completely balanced commission. She failed, but only by 1. I think the better idea she had, by the way, is to say the cabinet of the commissioner should be balanced, because this has nothing to do with balance. I think gender balance. It's not representative, a cabinet. But apart from that, the political dimension, I think, is a good step forward. But we will forget very soon what gender is the Commission. I mean, we will judge them, assess them on their dynamism, on their proposals, and finally on their results.
Yves Bertoncini, thank you so much for coming in to speak to us. Thank you.